Hey guys, GameBoy30 here once again, and today we're back in Beam doing something slightly different. We have a challenge in the Destruction Desert map. This map is absolutely fantastic. I will quickly fly up and let you all take a look at it. It is legitimately insane. It uses like the maximum world size limit, I do believe. Take a look at it. The most post-apocalyptic thing you could possibly make, and these models, jeez, man. The models for the highway, for the collapsing city, it's all completely insane. And there is a path we follow, and there is a finish line. Other YouTubers have done this, such as Philrace and a few others. But I'm going to use the monster truck. I've gotten the square body here with the big swamper tires and the lights, because I think we'll need them. It's got a custom tune on it. It revs lower, and the supercharger is weaker so that we don't overheat, and we can save a little bit of fuel. Second gear is massively extended to help with fuel saving. I give it coilovers because they look cool. So this is the start. I'm going to leave this in second for probably the whole time. I'm going to limit my throttle to 50% to save fuel. And yeah, let's see if we can get to the end. This is about 10 miles, this path. So put on some music, and let's go on an adventure. I could try in first person. I don't think the path is too difficult. So let's do that. Now you'll notice that we're not going to go too fast. We got to save fuel. We got to keep the engine temperature under control because this environment actually has a very high ambient temperature. So we do need to watch out for that. You can see it needs quite the vehicle to get through some of these areas, at least on the track. You can go around a lot of these big bumps in something normal like a regular car. But if you want to get through this in one piece, a big off-road vehicle would be ideal, I think. Now, if we run out of fuel, I guess that will need to be a reset. The challenge board at the beginning was to get to the finish without resetting. So that's what I will try to do. Now, if we roll over, we will need to try to recover it, whether with saving it or with node grabber. But no resets. I guess no node grabber either then. So if we fall over, we need to use the vehicle's abilities to get itself back on all four wheels. I'm thinking mud tires would have been better for this. These are swampers, but they're not exactly skinny. I don't know if there's any really, you know, deep areas or skinny areas that these tires would be too wide to get through. We're gonna have to wait and see though. There are multiple paths to take and such. There's like a highway you can take to get to the end quick, but we're not gonna do that. We're not plebs. These god rays are insane going through that building. A little bit extreme, but still insane. So I have no doubt that the monster truck can get through this map with no problem. It's whether we can get through it without overheating or running out of fuel. This does have the maximum amount of fuel we can give it, but even so, I'm also running without any UI, just to try to make it look cleaner, but also give myself a little bit more of a challenge. If I see we're running hot, I could just coast it. We're basically already just coasting it, but whatever. We fall over and lose the lights, it won't be the biggest thing in the world. We got a good enough view, but the lights do help see sudden rocks. I was debating which truck to go with on this challenge. I decided on the square body because it has the best lights, and they're the least likely to fall off if we like nose down or something. The Gravedigger's normal headlights, or a truck from the guard pack with a glowing front grille, would lose the hood on some front impacts, I think. I'm not going to turn off the engine going down hills and stuff, because it actually does take some fuel to get the engine back started up. It's a big hill, this, so using some power to maintain speed. I'm sure we won't stall the truck out or anything like that. It's not a regular road car, but you don't want to take all day. Actually, got to get my real life truck towed. The engine is seized, so rip. It's not the green one, not the one with the pipes. It's the black truck, the black Dodge Magnum. That engine is just completely dead, as far as I can tell. And I'll probably have this video go up as a premiere, so hello chat. I cannot see you, this is a pre-recorded video. What do you think of this map? I think it's like one of the best maps ever made, period, for this game. There have been other desert maps and other like post-apocalyptic maps, but this combines the best of both worlds. It's actually insane, I love it. You can see the massive shadow from that pillar there. That's insane. There is a jump there. Why not? That would have been very bad if I broke off a wheel there or something dumb like that. It's a monster truck. You can't not take the jump. Just gonna coast down here. Not using the rear steering too much, but oh well. Haven't had any very tight turns yet. Like I'm pretty sure we can make this with normal front steering. Yep. I want to take too big of air on any one of these jumps because unlike Monster Truck Arena or Stadium, you know, they're not smooth ramps. If you land short, you're going to break something. There is another path we can take there, but that's not the way to the finish. You can see just how insane this place is. I should have taken off the windshield. That would have made it look way better from the interior view. Oh well. And one thing else I did with this truck's tune is, instead of decreasing the tire pressure, oh that's a big drop. Instead of decreasing the tire pressure because we're on sand, I actually increased it because we have more than enough surface area on the tires and more than enough power. And we don't need traction from lowering tire pressures. Because what that does is it actually increases rolling resistance. It would use more of the engine to keep the same speed we're going now. I didn't increase the tire pressure all the way, because I don't want any unnecessary bumps, but just a few PSI above instead of a few PSI below, whatever the stock number is. Looks like we're getting close to some abandoned skyscrapers. Now I know it's possible to run the truck for like 20 minutes on like low enough throttle, because I've seen Hawk do a 20-minute moonwalk, and you know that's never full throttle. So I think we'll be good on fuel, but if not, then this challenge I guess will be a fail. Let's get a bit more of a zoomed out picture here. We're just going to the market. That's basically all we're doing here. I think we're making good time though. We've already been running for what, 10 minutes? And because this truck has no problems with traction out here, we haven't had to use the engine at all. I probably could have gotten away with even lower RPM, but you can tell we're only using about 4,000 right now. In fact, what are we running at? Yeah, pretty much 4,000. That is the path rate, yep. So, because there's no fuel gauge inside the cab, we can't even see how much fuel we have unless we turn on the UI, but I don't want to do that. So go ahead, chat, take a guess of how much fuel we're going to have by the end of this. Will we run out before the end, or have something like 20% left? I have no idea. I know the track because I watched Fail Race do a video on this. So I kind of know the track. If it jump there. There's a big old boat there. There we go, that's a little bit of a jump. That could have been worse if we were in a regular car. But the monster truck took it up real good. Now here's a bit we could open it up on if we want, but I'm not going to do that. It'll just go the same speed we've been going at. There's another way to go there. I don't know where that leads. Looks like to more boats. Coming up to a big hill here. Which is far from the biggest hill I think we're going to climb. Just constant throttle. Easy as she goes. Picking up some good speed here, just going down the hill. We're just coasting it. Should be able to see in the top right, I got my controller overlay so you can see how little throttle I'm using. And even then, I've limited my max throttle to only 50% with the Xbox Elite controller trigger limiters that you normally use for guns, for like games with guns, so you don't have to do a full trigger pull and waste time. But here I'm using it for throttle. A little bit of an awkward surface to run here. We have a big old Folk container. That's what, I think that's the team that made this track. So, good little Easter egg there. There's some massive, looks like oil lines here. They seem to go pretty far out. Another sign telling us to go right. We could go left. That takes us into the city. We will stick to the path that takes us to the end of the course. Now, even though we're barely using any power, this is still an alcohol-blown, fuel-injected engine, right? So we got to remember, it's still using a ton of fuel even though we're barely using any of its power. If this were a normal car with a normal car-sized fuel tank, I'm sure we'd be out by now. This is an 80-liter tank in the game. That's quite a lot. While a normal car only takes about 30 liters, so, you know, a lot of fuel, but it's a much bigger, much more thirsty engine. Will we make it? I'm getting a little bit worried. Gone 16 or 15 minutes now, just about. We're getting close to the end, I would suspect, but is that really going to be enough? Look at this scene here, though. That is amazing. Got a big downhill section here. We can just lift and coast. Looks like that's where the city road reconnects, back there. Bit of a hill. There comes a pretty skinny section. That's not bad. A little bit of rear steering there to get us turned in. Here comes a big jump, it looks like. Well, big jump. Compared to everything else we've been running, that was a sizable bump. Wasn't anything from the literal jump ramp we took earlier, but you know. It looks like it was some kind of refinery or something once upon a time. Looks like we're getting close now. 19 minutes of driving. We haven't exactly been going slow. We've been going 20 to 30 miles an hour for almost this whole thing. That's kind of slow, but considering I saw Fail Race take a muscle car through here, and the highest speed it hit was like 50 miles an hour. That's pretty respectable. There's some big bumps there, but Monster Truck tires and suspension took care of that. Gotta use some power to get up the hill here. Then we can lift and coast again. And this is a big hill. As tempting as it is to just full throttle off of it, I'm gonna try to stay conservative. Only use about 20% throttle, if that. There's a huge downhill section here. We'll just coast it all the way down. Probably hitting about 50 miles an hour. Big bump there. Any normal car would probably have something tweaked with the suspension, but not this. We have another massive hill there. I think we're getting towards the end here. Let's see. I could full throttle right over it, but I don't know. I don't know how much fuel I've got. Now's the time to get those bits in. How much fuel will we have left? Barely anything at all? Or perfectly fine? Still have more to go. A very awkward hill to climb with a normal vehicle, but the monster truck can just grip it up. And that is the finish line. Alright, let's see how much fuel we got. Oh, look at that. We only used about 55%. Not bad, not bad at all. We could go another 20 minutes probably. Let's take off that throttle limiter and do some celebratory donuts. We were good on temperature the whole time, good on fuel the whole time. Not bad. Alright. One thing I do want to take a look at is the city, since we are still more than good enough to do so. Where's the road that split off and we went to the city with? Well, the highway had some other jumps and stuff we could have taken if we wanted to. No, there is a road that goes through the city. Looks like this is one of them. A few different ways that it branches off. Where's the main road here? Oh, well, I'll just teleport us by the city on one of the roads. Looks like this is where it splits into the city. And teleport. Ah, reset us. Dang it. I didn't want it to reset the fuel count. I will do that manually. Fuel volume, where are you? There you are. Let's give ourselves 40 liters. There we go. It's a little bit more than what we had before, but oh well. To the city we go. I'm going to put my throttle limiter back on. Just so that we don't go crazy with the power. Just coasting down. Let's go this way. This is so cool, a monster truck racing through the wastelands. I was expecting the road to go through the city. I guess that's reserved for the highway. Look out. I didn't see that quick dip and didn't adjust the rear steering. I think I would have been in trouble. Oh no. Calculated. Took a little bit too much speed. Oh well. I hope that hood doesn't end up killing us. But hey, we're now more aerodynamic, right? There it goes through the cage instead of onto a body and stuff. I don't know where this path leads. There goes the hood. If it doesn't lead to the city, I'll just teleport us again. Looks like it doesn't though. Yeah, that's just gonna lead us around, I think. Back to the city we go. There's the highway path, or what's left of it. There's another highway path. I just want to drive on the highway here. So we'll start from here. Bit of a run up, true, but it'll be cool. It's a little bit slow. Calculated. Just a quick drive on the highway. I think I would jump off the cliff, or off the highway there if I did that. So I'm not going to take that jump. Almost to the city. That going to be a jump? Looks like it might be. Maybe not. Unless this is just going to drop off like a cliff. Nope, we're going right through the leaning buildings. Could have chosen a faster preset for the highway, I'll be honest. Here we go. Through the buildings. Through the ramps. And that'll be that. This little adventure has been fun. Looks like we got one more set of buildings to go through. And that'll be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, and those in the chat premiere, I hope you enjoyed. I wonder if anybody was right with the fuel guesstimate at the end of the main path. But yep, that'll do it for me today. If you guys enjoyed some post-apocalyptic gameplay of BeamNG.Drive, then please do go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks, GameBoy out, I'll see you in the future. Calculated.